Hello everyone and welcome to my first vlog of 2025. It's been quite the change of pace after vlogging every day for 31 days and then just like stopping completely. I've been really enjoying it, but I'm also ready to start vlogging again. So I decided today would be the day. A lot of the things that I've been doing these past couple of weeks have been very similar to the things that I showed during Vlogmas. I've done a few puzzles, I've done some coloring. Hubby and I tried a couple of new to us restaurants. The first one was new to us as a couple, but my friend and I went for dinner during Vlogmas, and that was to Daphne. We went for brunch instead of dinner because generally hubby and I like to relax in the evenings, so it's a lot easier for us to head out to brunch earlier in the day and then have the rest of the day to cozy up at home with Lulu. Brunch at Daphne was really good. We went more during lunchtime, but I still had the Daphne breakfast, which was excellent. It was pretty filling considering it looked like not that much food on the plate. Hubby had the burger. I had a couple of bites of that and it was really good, and the fries were fantastic as well. The other place we tried is called Ramen X Remix. I don't know if that's how you say the name of the restaurant, but we went there today and it was really good. My friend recommended it to us because she had tried it and thought we would enjoy it. Hubby had their signature ocean shio consomme ramen, and I had the spicy wok magic miso soup. I had the thicker noodle option, the curly dragon noodle, and they recommended the regular noodle for hubby's dish because the consomme is a bit more of a light and delicate broth. Both were delicious, but I really loved mine because I've just been in the mood for spicy food lately. So I think those are the main updates for the past 2 weeks, except that I have been reading a lot. I don't think I read at all in December because I was so focused on Vlogmas and I didn't want to get sidetracked. Especially when I read fiction, I tend to get very immersed in it and I will want to read all the time. So I shelved reading for the entire month and I picked it back up in January. Sometimes when I take a break on something, it's hard for me to pick it back up. So I'm really glad I was able to get into reading again. It might have been the books that I've been choosing to read. I've been really into Japanese cozy fiction lately. I read The Traveling Cat Chronicles and What You Are Looking For Is in the Library, and I really enjoyed both books. I think I'm gonna do reviews on my main channel, so I'm not gonna talk about them too much here. I am reading this book right now, After That Night by Karen Slaughter. I think I started this 2 days ago, but yesterday for my Me Time Monday activity, I literally read probably like the majority of the book. I had just started it, and then after yesterday, I am almost finished. It was really nice just to put on one of those cozy ambiance videos on YouTube. I'll link the one down below that I'm really into right now. They're of course all AI generated, but this one has a little kitten on the couch. I can't wait to get back on the couch to finish this book. And this is one that I happened upon at the library on the previous Me Time Monday, not yesterday, but the week before. I decided my activity would be to go to the library and pick out a couple of books to read, physical books, because I'm trying to rest my eyes, but I was also reading an ebook at the time, so the other part of Me Time Monday was some cozy reading time. So both Me Time Mondays in 2025 so far have been about reading. So yes, I am like deep into books right now. This is the third book that I've read by Karen Slaughter. The first one that I read, which was in our condo library, was this one, and I think I might have mentioned it before. It's really dark, but I have a history of really loving books that are very dark. I really love horror. I used to read a lot of true crime. So this one, even though it was very disturbing, it was a page turner, and overall I enjoyed it enough to keep reading books by the same author. I'm not going to blab on too long about this because I do want to film standalone book review videos for my main channel this year, or at least maybe in the winter when I'm like still really into books. I am about to clean out my pantry. It has been over a year since I did the pantry exercise in my book. I remember how helpful it was last time. So this is the exercise from my book that I'd like to do in January. And I am using my physical book because I've been trying to choose physical books more often. I'm usually looking at a computer screen or a device, and I really want to not be doing that a lot this year. I'm only going to be doing this cupboard here, which is a cavernous corner cupboard in my kitchen. If you've watched my deep cleaning videos or some of my vlogs, you will have seen this cupboard before. The first step is to take everything out, and as I take everything out, I'm going to be thinking about these self-reflection questions that are in here. Which items am I excited to cook or eat? Which have been sitting around for ages or relegated to the back of the shelf? Are there things I buy repeatedly but I don't tend to use? What patterns do I notice, and what thoughts and emotions came up as I was going through my pantry? So let's go ahead and do that. Here is all of the food that was in that bottom cupboard. Everything fits on this part of our kitchen counter, so I think it's a lot less than what I've had in previous years. As I was pulling stuff out, I realized that a lot of things were gifts. So things that hubby purchased for me over the holidays, a big box of Ferrero Rocher from my family. I have a bunch of snacks that my friend brought back for me from Japan. Some were purchased in Japan and some were purchased here that she just gave me in a goodie bag, which was so sweet of her. And I'm really excited to try this tea that she brought from a region in Japan that specializes in strawberries. It looks like a delicious tea. I don't think it has caffeine in it, but I will do Google Translate on the back here and double check before I steep it. I still have this from Trader Joe's, which Katie very kindly gave me. This did get pushed to the back of the shelf as I filled the cupboard with new things, or should I say shoved new things into the cupboard. So this was a really nice surprise because I am really excited to try these. In fact, these are gonna go into my used next basket, which is something I'm still using, but it was kind of put on hiatus in December because we were going out so much. I've got some like old rice cakes here, but it comes in 2 packages of rice cakes and this one hadn't been opened yet. I just opened it yesterday. So I popped it into this basket so I could remember to eat them. We also have some random bits that I forgot about. We've got a couple of Lindor chocolate. I don't know where these came from. We ate all of the ones in the advent calendar. Maybe this was left over from the batch that hubby brought to work. I've also got some risotto in here, but there's not enough for a dinner. I also completely forgot about these candies, which my family brought back from Hong Kong for me, so I definitely want to eat these. I've still got the orange peel. I must have forgotten about those. Some seaweed, but there's a lot in here because the stuff expands quite a bit. I'm thinking we can have hot pot very soon, so maybe I can put a bit in the hot pot. And then we still have these candies, which I think we got from a Chinese New Year dinner last year. These type of like lucky candies, don't know what they're really called. And then we also have these, which are from Thailand. So that is what is in our use next basket right now, but I'm gonna pop a few more bits into here, including the seaweed snacks. Put the rice cakes back. I know there was something else I had my mind to finish when I took it out. Oh, I still have this, which is caramel popcorn. I thought I could put it in my overnight oats because I don't really want to eat the bits by themselves. So I'm gonna pop that into the use next basket to see if I use those up. I think that's enough for now, unless I come across something that I really need to use up, but otherwise everything else is pretty, I think, reasonable in terms of the quantity. I am all done and everything fit into the cupboard with plenty of space. I did take out the non-dairy milk when I emptied out the pantry, but I decided not to empty out the bottom shelf otherwise because I'm going to be starting the deep cleaning challenge soon anyway, and it'll get done at that point. Plus, I'm kind of tired and I want to move on to something else. One thing that I find is really important when doing self-reflection is to actually answer the questions. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do my reflections within my daily reflection practice worksheet. It's a Google sheet that I set up where I answer my daily reflection question. I've also been tracking my Me Time Monday activities on the same worksheet, so I figured why not keep everything in one place and jot down my notes for my monthly ABR exercise as well. So that's what I'm gonna do, and that'll give me a chance to process the things that I learned about myself during the pantry exercise today. Now that I've had a moment to reflect, I'm feeling pretty good about the progress I've made since I last did this exercise, and that was in November of 2023, so it's been over a year. That was when I started my full Authenblissity reset, and what a journey it's been. I can't believe it's been over a year. But as I was going through my reflection questions, I realized that most of the food I have in my pantry now are things that I bought pretty recently within the last year or so, and most of the things I think were purchased in the latter half of 2024. That in and of itself is already a huge change because the last time I did this exercise, I had things that had been sitting in my cupboard for years. I cleared it out not by decluttering it or putting it in compost. Instead, I used it up by cooking it and incorporating it into our meals. So that feels like a huge thing. The other thing that I noticed is that I don't have many things that I buy repeatedly but don't use up. The main thing that really struck me though is that I've had this issue where I stock up on food for many years now. I just tend to overbuy a lot of things, and food was one of those things where I just would stock up so much when things were on sale. You've probably seen in some of my previous vlogs when I stock up on chocolate that's on sale, either after Easter or after Halloween or after the holiday season, and I did not do that this year. At some point after I did the last pantry exercise, something clicked in my brain and I no longer feel the need to stock up on food. So when things are on sale, I will buy maybe one or two, and I know it'll always go back on sale again, or I can go back another time if I really want more. I feel less compulsion to purchase things just because they're on sale. I went to the grocery store a lot after the holiday season, and there were a lot of discounts on chocolate. And these are chocolates that I really like, and I found myself not really that interested in purchasing them. I didn't even really have to hold back. So I thought that was a very interesting change because in the past, I felt almost compelled to buy. I felt like I couldn't control myself. And at some point between November 2023 and now, something within me changed. And I have a feeling it was due to this exercise because I just was so overwhelmed by the contents of my pantry the last time I did this challenge. So we'll see as I continue to do the pantry exercise, because I see myself doing this exercise around once a year. We'll see if I continue to change or if I'm at a steady state, but this was a lot of fun. I'm really glad I chose this exercise to complete this month. I think I have a ton of footage, so I'm going to end off the vlog here. This is kind of a vlogmas style vlog because instead of covering multiple days, it's just one day in the life. Thank you so much for spending the day with me. It's really nice to be posting vlogs again. I hope you enjoyed this video and that you're having a good start to 2025. I will see you again very soon in another vlog.